What I'm sharing with you today is transformational. I just woke up, it's absolutely channeled, also built on my own life experience. And I'm so excited to share this with you because this is everything. When you deepen into this concept, because personal growth or spirituality, it's like we built our mind up for it to destroy itself. And there are always these new steps, the next level, which seems to completely contradict the previous one. And what I'm sharing with you today is it's a game changer. When you go deep enough to understand what I'm about to share with you, your life will transform for the better. You will be free, you will be connected, you will come into alignment so much faster and much easier. And from alignment, as we know, that is how you create your reality. So let's do it. I'm so excited to share this with you. Let's dive right in. Incredibly excited to share this one with you because it's personal, it's raw, it's very recent, but it's also huge. I woke up with this realization. It was kind of given to me slowly, and then boom, the whole cake, right? It's like I was following these little breadcrumbs. And I just woke up one morning and like, oh my God, this is it. This is what I want to share. This is what I want to teach. And I've kind of been doing that, but this is the next level of this. Throughout our journey, right? Personal development, spirituality. We understand it's like those Zen Buddhists and their teachings that contradict each other and don't make freaking sense at all. We start to understand that it's all in contrast. I remember at some point guidance communicated to me that all of life is in paradoxes, right? It's like you find everything in nothingness and stillness and silence, right? You see white in the black, in the contrast. And you see the black in the white. And it's this, in the sadness, you find happiness. And also in the happiness, when you're deeply present with it, there will be some sadness there too. And it's the extremes that are one, that are in the same, and tuning into that. So one of the things that, a tangible example, that the way that it contradicts is, for example, we come in, most people, from this place of putting others first and self-abandoning, and we're like, no, wait, hold on, I get to choose me. I get to choose me. And the loving thing from that point to do is to choose you. It's also the uncomfortable thing. From that place of, okay, I chose me, I spoke my truth, the next level is actually to not do that. Which from originally would seem a self-abandonment. But when you're further along your journey, it isn't. Because there's a different energetic at the root of it. Seems like a same action, but the why is different. And what I want to share with you, it's a deeper understanding of this. So recently, there was a situation in my life where I was so on the go, like good on the go, not exhausted, not drained on the go. Like, I'm excited for this. I know what I need to have in place for this to work. It's not my first rodeo. There's self-care put in place to make this time work. And I'm there thriving and doing amazing. And someone really close to me was not doing amazing. And I clearly communicated, hey, this is not the time. Like, this time that I have this thing going on, very important. I'm in my go-go state. I do not have time for anything. I really know what I need to thrive. So very clear boundaries were created. And for this thing to go successfully that I was doing. And the person did not receive that. And they're having their own thing, and they're having their own negativity and their low frequency, and they're feeling like not enough, they're feeling rejected. And at some point, what happened was, I'm doing this thing, and I get a phone call from this person, and I'm in high frequency, and I'm like, yeah. And they start going on about something that went wrong, and like their energy it's not high frequency, it's low frequency. And I'm just there so in what I'm doing that I'm like, oh, okay, so like, just what are you doing? Like, how do we move forward from that? I'm like, I don't have time for this right now. And they again try to go lower frequency. And I'm like, that's okay, bye. It's like, you do you. And it wasn't this, oh, you're ruining my day. It was just this, I'm so happy. I just can't perceive that. And there's more to this. First of all, it's training a muscle. It's training because so many of us feel bad about this. Okay, I didn't wake up this way. It's like hashtag woke up this way. It takes time to be okay. Like, well, who are you to be happy when someone else is upset? Who are you to be happy and to have all of these when other people are struggling? But you can't. You struggling isn't going to make their struggling any less. It's a choice that you're making. It's a choice that they're making. And there's more to this. Bear with me. And I spoke to a dear friend about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And I want to live every day as if I'm doing this thing. And because I was focusing on creation, I'm making this masterpiece there. And so when they called me, I'm like, I'm in this. And I'm so excited. And there's life force flowing through me. And I don't have time for this. I don't have time for low frequency. And again, not as a defense, not building up walls. Oh, they're draining my energy. Absolutely not. It's just like, okay, you do you. I'm not there right now. So when you're up high here with me, let's talk. And if not, I'm just not going down to your level. And that was transformational. Further on this, a few days later, I was in the state of having an argument with someone, and I was observing a scene, and I was like, oh, I wish this person was here. And then there was this, I'm angry that they're not here. I'm angry. And I want to write a message to them about this. And the person's reply was, what do you want? And I found that was amazing because it's those questions that are so raw and so straightforward that can get you to the point. I went further, not just what the mind wants. I was like, why is my ego going to that? What did I want with that message? And this is why I can get those results with my clients so fast, because it's about asking blank, like point blank questions to your mind, black or white. There's no gray area, black or white. And when I got to the bottom of this, and we all have this, by the way, it was, well, I want them to feel bad. And it was someone really important to me. And I said, well, I want them to be upset. I'm upset that they're not here, and I'm angry about it, and I want them to be upset about it too and feel bad about it. And is that really love? When we love someone, would you want someone you love to be upset? God, no, right? Love doesn't say, hey, be upset with me, come down here with me and feel like crap. Love says, you keep going, leave me behind, don't be dragged down by me, you keep going. You be happy, you thrive. The one of us that has the highest frequency gets to thrive. And if it's together, great. And if it's not, the one that has the highest frequency gets to keep going. That's what love says. And over the last few years, I was really deepening into the teaching of bottom line question. Are you a follower of love or of fear in every given moment? And I remember asking my client this at some point, and they go, because there was an incident with their partner, and I say, hey, just bottom line, love or fear? And they go, well, no, it's neither. It's frustration. I'm like, love or fear? What is the frustration about? What is the frustration? And they go, well, because they don't understand me. And I'm like, right, and from there, and what happens if they don't understand you? And it got down to, oh, fear. And I'm like, right, so it's not love. It always comes down to the bottom line question, is it love or is it fear? And in those moments, we get to ask ourselves even deeper, is it love or fear? So in that moment where my ego totally went, oh no, this is love. I want to communicate that, oh, I miss them. I wish they were here. That's not love. That's fear. Because underneath that, well, I wanted them to feel bad. It was love wrapped into gift wrapping of complete crap. Okay? That's what it was. Further, going even further into this. I realized that because I thought, where else can I apply this, right? This can be applied to all aspects, and to be even more extreme with it. When I would talk to people who can absolutely hold space, and I would vent about something, what I realized that too was the mind, the ego, subconsciously, right? Very subtly, because we don't want to admit that we're bad people. We're all good people. So we're not going to admit this, but subconsciously, we want to lower the frequency of the people that we love. And is that really what you stand for? It's subconscious programming. But if you really stood for love, you want to change that. So I realized that in that state that I described, I got the phone call, I'm so in my zone. I'm not going to go down even 0.5% to that person's frequency. I'm up here. I'm thriving. I'm creating. I'm making freaking magic. I understand you're not there, but I can't even perceive. I don't perceive you. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, I understand you're upset. It's not accessible when your frequency is high enough. You're only in overflow. You're only love. You see everything and everyone through the eyes of God, of just they're perfect. They're exactly where they're supposed to be. You believe that, you don't worry about someone because you know that there's that divinity within them. They have what they need to get out of it. They're the creator of their reality. And not that, they can make it happen. It's like, no, when they tune in, the solution comes. You know that because you've tuned into that. And when you're in that place, you can't possibly feel sorry for someone. You can't worry about someone. You wouldn't possibly even think or say, oh, you poor thing. You don't see it that way. I get disappointed. I kind of feel let down when they don't say, oh, that must be really hard for you. Or when I have a dear friend who's so amazing and they just go, thank you for sharing that. And this, I know what they're doing, but this is so frustrating because this is the right thing to say, but it's frustrating because I feel like you don't understand me. I feel like, hey, come down here with me, meet me at my level. And they're like, nope, I'm right here. I'm just holding space, loving space for you. And I hate it. But the divinity in me loves it. Because those stories are not being entertained. And what is really going on subconsciously, the part of me that is frustrated about this is the ego, the mind. Because what I'm actually trying to do, and again, this is so subtle, nobody wants to admit we're a bad person, but here's what we're doing. We're trying to bring someone we love down to our level. For my friend to say, oh, you poor thing, it's not, that statement is not accessible to them when they're in their highest state. That statement is not accessible to them when they are one with God. And that is kind of what I saw with this was communicated. It's kind of like that metaphor of the devil, how it's trying to bring people down. We have that within all of us. The question is, are you serving that? Are you feeding that? There's this dissatisfaction. No, I want her to see me as a victim. See me as a victim. And even though, I know that I'm not buying into it, I'm observing my mind. And they know that too. But it's like, no, I need it. What my ego really wants is that, well, I want to bring my frequency more down. And if I can bring someone with me, I will do that. And the question is, would you really want that for someone you love? Would you want to bring someone you love down? No. Because love doesn't speak that way. Like I said, love says, you keep going. You have the highest frequency, keep going. I remember telling a friend a while back, when I'm telling you about something that's upsetting me, can you please tell me how great your day went? And they go, I know what you're asking me, but I kind of feel bad doing that. I'm like, I know, but it's really, really important that you do. Don't buy into my crap. And don't let me buy into it. Tell me what amazing things happened for you. Make me come up to your level. do not go down to mine. And this takes courage. And this is the next level of that. That bottom line question, am I a follower of love or of fear? And how can you polish that? How can you perfect that even more? Oh, that was fear. Why do you need to speak your truth? I need to be understood. I hope that if I use enough words and the person understands me, they're not going to be mad at me because I'm scared. And I'm asking myself, hey, why are you doing that? What do you ultimately want? And because I've just done years of this inner work, the questions come up faster. Don't beat yourself up if the answer rather doesn't come up so fast. The bottom line answer, and my ego goes, I want him to feel shame. I want him to feel bad. This is my hurt. This is my story, and we don't want to admit it directly. Your ego's not going to tell you, oh, I want to be a bad person. Or I've had so many moments with my own inner work where my ego just says, oh, I want you to fail. I don't want you to succeed. I'm scared of that. I don't want to go there. I want you to fail. And similarly, when you're able to befriend that part of you, when you're able to befriend the shadow within you, it will speak more directly when you're not afraid of it anymore. And so mine told me, I want him to feel shame. I'm sharing this hurt, right? It's like, no, it's a loving thing to do because I'm sharing, like, it's scary, right? It's like, no, I'm sharing my vulnerability. I'm sharing my hurt. Why are you sharing that? Because I want him to feel shame. I want him to feel bad. It's subtle. Why would you want someone you love to feel bad? Because there's a part of you committed to suffering. That's the ego, that's the thinking mind. There's a part of you committed to searching. How am I not safe? What is a threat? What is wrong in my life? What is wrong in other people's lives? You know, when you run out of your own things, you want to project onto others. Breathing into that, it is so subtle. But my question to you with this one is, are you willing to be a follower of love instead of fear? And this takes courage. And this takes bluntness. And this takes going there to those questions. And it's difficult to do that. This is why, if you want to dive deeper into this, there's a link below. Get on a free clarity call with me. See if we're in alignment, if you want to deepen into this work, and if you want to transform your life. Because when you can live this way, with this purity, everything changes. Not just that there's no depression or anxiety or worry, those things disappear completely, but it's also that there's so much space when those things go away. There's so much space for creation, for, ooh, what else do I want? Because you're actually tuning into the infinite possibilities. You're tuning into all of life. And you feel it's unconditional love and support because you are that unconditional love. So deepening into that and beginning with, am I willing to stand for love today? And what does that look like? On this note, I have free resources below, by the way, as well in the description if you want to check it out. I thank you so much for being here. I thank you so much for doing the work, for being that light, for living from a place of love and alignment. I am wishing you a powerful day, a powerful week, and